Hi, this is Brad Hawkins again, and we've been talking about different things about money and how we use our money to mess up our lives sometimes, and how we use our money to make our lives feel different or better or worse or whatever it is. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about thinking. Now, if you can imagine, we want to talk about thinking when we're talking about money. It's not a very common topic to talk about thinking. But I think it's important to understand what it is that we do sometimes to mess up our lives based on incorrect thinking. The Bible talks about what a man thinks about, therefore he is also. It kind of gives you an idea that we have an ability to be able to change things in the process of the way that we think. We use a thought process in working with our clients. That is, thoughts create emotions. Now think about that. You have a thought, man, I'm ugly. That creates an emotion of something. Or I have a thought that, oh, my friend hates me. Gosh, that's going to create an emotion. It's not a fun emotion, but it's an emotion. Thoughts create emotion. Emotions create behavior. If I think, oh, my friend hates me, that behavior is going to step up. Man, why does he hate me? I didn't do anything wrong. Now that behavior, he calls me up. I have a thought that my friend hates me, and now he's called me. That behavior is going to come across on the phone. Yeah, what do you want? I'm going to respond in a different way than I normally would. So thoughts create emotions. Emotions create behavior. Behavior creates results. If I'm thinking my friend hates me, or he's mad at me, or whatever the case is, if my thinking my friend hates me, I create an emotion about that. I create a behavior about that. I respond and react to him in that way. Guess what? He may end up hating me just because of that. And so what happens is we create our own reality. I had a client once. He had his wife was involved in a social group, and there was a guy in this social group that just kept flirting with her all the time. And they have a good relationship. There's no concerns in that relationship, but she was coming in late, and she was very concerned about, or he was very concerned about why she was so late, and she was in this social group, and he was thinking that the thought crossed his mind, she's cheating on me, or she left me. I don't know exactly what the exact thought was, but he had a thought that something bad happened in that relationship. That thought created an emotion. She's cheating on me. I've lost her. She's going to leave me. He ended very, very sad, and it turned to anger, and then he got very angry. He said, if she leaves me, I'm just so mad. I can't believe she would do that to me. Thoughts create emotions. Emotions create behavior. She walks in the door. He screams at her, where have you been? Now, understand, she has no idea any of the thoughts that he has had. He screams at her. She's excited to come home. What happens? A whole fight erupts. They start yelling at each other. I did nothing. You did too. She runs upstairs, slams the door, closes the door. What happened in that situation? He had an incorrect thought. That thought created an incorrect emotion that he believed with 100% inside of him. That incorrect emotion created an incorrect behavior that gave him the exact result, or at least a similar result, of what he was afraid of. And that was being separated from his wife. He created his own reality through his thought process. Now, we do that with our finances all the time. We think, I am horrible at my finances. I can't do this financial stuff. I'm no good at this finances. Well, what happens? Your thoughts created emotions. Emotions create a behavior. Behavior creates a result. You're going to create your own process of destroying your finances if you're thinking, I'm horrible at my finances. How does that work? Well, our brain has a filtering process. The filtering process eliminates things that are not true or not accurate, and it allows in the things that are true, that are accurate, or that you are in the process of working on. Because our brain has to be right. It has to be correct. It has to be aligned with what it is that we're thinking about. Think about this. You bought a car, whatever that car is. Maybe it's a Volkswagen Bug, whatever that is. When you buy that car, what happens? You start noticing every single Volkswagen Bug on the road. It shows up, the old ones, the new ones, everything shows up, because that's the filtering process activated in your brain to allow in all Volkswagen Bugs, because your brain thinks, okay, now those are important. Well, same thing happens in our thinking style. If we say, oh, we're horrible at our finances, what's going to happen is our brain's going to allow in everything that proves us right. It's going to say, okay, see, you screwed that up. See, you ran that credit card up. You did that. Oh, see that? It proves you right. Then everything that is evident that you're good with your finances, what happens? It filters that out, because that's not part of what it is that your brain's thinking. That's not an important part of what it is that we're thinking about, so we're going to filter out the fact that you just said no to that expense because you couldn't afford it. We're going to filter out that over there, because that's really not in line with our thinking style, so we're going to filter that out. So that forces us to concentrate on all the foolish things we're doing, and it forces us to eliminate and disregard all the good things we're doing, which proves that you're no good at your finances. So what should you do? Reverse it. So you know what? I used to be good at my finances, or I used to be bad at my finances, but you know what? I just made a decision that I'm going to be good with my finances. So therefore, I'm going to be good. I'm going to start concentrating on all the different choices of things that I do that's good, to be able to make those changes in my finances that I need to make so that I can be successful in that. I know it sounds a little bit odd. When the Bible comes up and says, what a man thinks about, therefore he is, I'm going to be serious, and I'm going to take a look at that and say, gosh, if that's the case, what do I want to be? If I want to be something, then I've got to think the proper way about it. You don't want to lie to yourself. This is not crazy power positive thinking type stuff. What you want to do is you want to concentrate on looking at all the different things that would be evident that you are good with your finances, and stick your brain on that. Don't stick your brain on all the stuff that you mess up. So I hope that makes sense. Probably have a lot of questions, but constantly think about that. Think about what it takes to change the way that you concentrate and change the way you think. So thanks for taking the time.